Hey guys, welcome back to Metroid Prime. Quick side note, and I kind of make a note here. I moved back to the top of phase on lines to begin this part, and there's a good reason why. The reason why is because, yeah, there was a missile tank, and Lester had so kindly pointed out when I passed by it a long time ago
Why didn't you
that I
get this,
didn't pick it
stupid?
up.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
my kind tone.
exactly. And I didn't get it. You could have got this when you got in, you know,
X-ray?
well, you,
Like a room over?
yeah. You could have gotten this when you got X-ray visor and plasma beam, and well, it's in Talon Overworld, and I just figured that this was kind of the closest save room to begin the part with, so that's why I kind of did it.
I don't think the one you're thinking of question, it's just a normal door. It's not even that one. The one you're thinking of is like near a magma cavern elevator. This one you just
is
need
it?
X-ray.
Okay, I thought you needed the X-ray for
You know,
that
this one, like, there's rain droplets just randomly hitting the sky, and that's your hint to use X-ray there to see a hidden platform. I think it was supposed to be more your introduction to how the X-ray visor can show you the hidden stuff.
Yeah,
And then the one
and
you're
that's
talking about, yeah, that one's definitely you wait for plasma beam because it's kind of needed.
yeah. I think the one thing I really like about this one in particular, this mist pack is the only thing I mentioned before is this shows how good game design that Metroid Prime was. It kind of gave you a hint that you needed to do something there, and it was kind of just not an obvious hint, but it was a hint nonetheless. With the whole raindrops stopping in the middle of the air, you know, and I always thought that was kind of cool. It's like, hey, there's something here, and I missed that door.
Well, I mean, you hit it, but you missed the platform, so now I'll probably have to hit it again.
Yeah. Jump up here and go through the trees.
You should put in the Mario Party sound of miss.
Yeah, there's a missile tank right here. It's hidden by the trees. You can kind of see it, and as it kind of helps with the X-ray visor. But when you go out this door, you'll see a bunch of well, yeah, there's kind of vegetation blocking the platform there, so you can kind of get tripped up a little bit over there. Where we're gonna go back, we're gonna be starting our collection of artifact hunting. I only think we need 3 at this
Yeah.
point in the game.
Well, there's
So we
also all
collect-
the extra items left. You have about, what was it, like 40 missile packs? 45?
We need
And then one more each
45
tank.
missiles.
And I don't
so
know how many
that's
power bombs
9.
you have in total. That's the only problem with the power bomb expansion. They don't tell you your total.
Yeah, you need I need like 9 missile packs, an energy tank, and I think I had like 3 power bomb tanks.
Yeah,
Not too
you
sure.
did get a lot of them already, so it's only a handful now.
The max you get is 8. So
Yeah. It's weird how, well, specifically in the original release of Metroid Prime, they didn't tell you your total amount of missiles you can carry. They added that to later revisions, so thankfully the trilogy is telling you this now. Kind of wish it was in the original, but
yeah,
they never did that for power bombs. They did it for Prime 2, not for Prime 1, though.
That's why I think Prime 2 is kind of an underrated game because it really did improve on a lot of things that Prime 1 did. I don't know how you feel, Lester. I just think Prime 2 is kind of an underrated gem.
Yeah, I still feel it's probably the weakest out of the 3 in the trilogy, but it doesn't mean it's a bad game. It's just definitely a barrier of entry with the difficulty.
Yeah,
But it's a
it's
lot of fun.
difficult, but I think it's pretty fun. It's a pretty fun game nonetheless. And we're gonna ignore that stone toad and just go through. Hey, Chozo Ruins. Nice seeing you again. I don't really need to be in here. I'm using it as a shortcut.
Now, I'm trying to remember, you recorded this off of a Wii U specifically, right? Not an original Wii.
Pretty sure it was Wii U, yeah.
Okay, so at least your disk drive is not screaming at you. Prime Trilogy is one of the very few games on the Wii that's dual layer, which is why, in some cases, it feels like it take longer to load compared to GameCube.
Yeah.
Because the Wii definitely was not designed to read dual layer discs. That's why it killed so many early Wiis.
Yeah, that's why like Brawl killed a lot of Wii's.
Yeah. Most people's recommendations now is either use a Wii U for it because that disc loader is miles better about that stuff, or just Homebrew your Wii and just put the games on like a USB drive or something. That way you save your drive's longevity.
I'm gonna try to vaporize these guys. Yep, there we go.
I just smacked him back in the wall with that shot.
I love vaporizing the Aero Pirates, like you said, Lester. It's kind of funny to see him do that.
Yeah, they still fall off in the distance, but they disintegrate in the process. It's super painful.
And we're going back to the landing zone, because, like I said, there's another missile tank that Lester mentioned before that requires plasma beam we need to get. I think we get in this part.
It also helps at this point probably just to make a pit stop with the ship, so you get an idea of how many different things you have. Like in the original, this tells you how many missiles you have in total, so you can do the math. And this will help us figure out the power bomb total.
Game not saved. Don't save during recording sessions, game. I don't expect you to record. Whenever I make this product, I don't expect the Let's Players to be making videos, so I'm not...
So that's why I put auto saves in with no copy ability. Oh, the nightmares.
Yeah, I think I'm going to the Magmore Cavern one.
The music is really good in this game.
Oh, Talon Overworld's like one of my favorite pieces in the entire game.
Yeah, I feel it's definitely my most memorable track from Prime, specifically.
I love Prime so much. That's why I was recording it. This game is so much fun, though.
I'm surprised you made that, because if you go on an angle, it just sometimes doesn't work on that platform. It's a little slow.
Yeah, I don't know why it doesn't work sometimes. Grapple beam can be stupid sometimes. So this is the part where Lester was mentioning that if you look in the distance, there's like water, like you can see raindrops stopping midair. That's because these platforms exist here. They're visible. So that's a good little hint of, hey, probably should use X-ray visor here.
Yeah, and
Okay,
it helps to
maybe
keep
you
it
don't
on,
need
because then you
plasma.
can see the hidden missile, too.
Maybe you don't need plasma beam.
No, the door up here is a plasma door.
Oh, that's right.
But this is the specific part. You can get the one missile early, but then this one, yeah, you gotta wait until plasma beam. Or you can just ignore it entirely. Okay, I was like, hey, I made it. Let's go home. No, you came all this way. Get your reward. And this is, I don't understand that door. It's like my most hated door in this game. That's a very weird nitpick, but it's a plasma on one side, normal on the other. Why? You need plasma to get in. Why turn to a normal door?
Yeah, that is kind of weird. I just now that you mentioned that, I just now noticed. It's like, yeah, that is kind of a normal.
Like, was that a leftover idea? Were they gonna just make it normal and then they changed last minute? It's gotta be a plasma door. Someone forgot to do it two-way.
When you did stop and you looked back, I thought you were gonna make a joke. It's like, nah, I don't feel like getting it after all.
We'll make it 99%.
After all that work, no, I don't want it.
Uh-oh. Back in the caverns.
Yeah, back in Magmore.
Are you going to sing the song?
No, because this is just literally a pit stop.
Yeah, it's really your only way you're getting to Phendrana. Because there's no other elevators that really take you to Phendrana outside of the ones in Magmore.
Dude, that's Magmore's purpose. It literally is just a nexus.
Yeah, that's why there's really nothing else here. Like, there's no bosses here. And the only major upgrade really is Plasma Beam.
Yeah, I can't think of any other, like, major upgrade you get in Magmore besides, you know, freaking Plasma Beam.
I thought you fell in the lava for a second.
Yeah, that wouldn't bother me that much.
Yeah, you have more than enough health at this point. You can just stand in it for 2 minutes and be fine.
See, look at me. I'm just walking through fire. I don't even care. Damage boosting. I tell you. Tell you. It's just me, how I play. I just freaking damage boost. I don't even care. That's how I mostly...
Music.
You know, it's so strange. Everybody thinks that the song originated from Magmore Caverns in Prime. It didn't. It came from Super Metroid.
Yeah.
It was Ridley's Hideout.
It's weird how this is more memorable specifically from Prime when it's from a game that's probably more popular in the series.
Yeah. I mean,
Kinda
Super
ironic.
Metroid, like... I will say, though, when it comes to, like, if I had to rank, like, best Metroid games, Prime and Super kind of are tied, in my opinion, for best. Like, I'm not talking about, like, my opinion or anything. I'm talking about, like, objectively. But, you know, I do think that, like, Prime and Super are kind of, like, even field when it comes to, like, how good they are in the whole entire franchise.
It's so funny because we almost didn't get this game.
Oh.
I know. Isn't that crazy?
Wait, what was the
Yeah.
backstory on that?
Let's just say the original guy who ran Retro Studios really liked to party and sleep with women.
Ow.
Kind of burning the company's money in the process.
And not only that, this game was horribly crunched.
Yeah, well,
Like,
because of the issues
really
with
bad.
the original owner of Retro, that kind of crippled development for a long time. Because they couldn't really do work. They didn't have money. So they kicked the guy out finally, and then new management took over, and then the work was actually smooth.
Yeah.
That's terrible.
So I could have gotten this a long time ago, but I, couldn't. When have we been in Phendrana? I'll just say that. When have we been in Phendrana? Not very long.
Yeah.
It's too cold. I don't blame you.
Hi, Shigoth. You like Plasma Beam? Only weapon I can, like, decimate you, and I don't have to worry about your stupid gimmick.
Yeah, it would just penetrate his skin immediately.
Oh, there we go. There we go.
Oh,
Use
yeah,
the flamethrower.
The one use of flamethrower. All right, we got it. Put it off the checklist.
Yeah, we got it.
Fill your bingo car out.
Drop mic. We're done here. Use the flamethrower.
At least you did show it off.
Yeah, at least I showed it off once. I was worried I didn't.
It's really not a useful weapon, so I'm not surprised. Like, I don't know where this could be used. The only other place I was
apparently
thinking is, like,
Shigoth.
I don't know, one part of the final boss and then regret it immediately because your ammo's depleted.
Shigoth? Yeah, there we go, Shigoth. So, we're going back to this area, and with that, we'll use the plasma beam and get our final energy tank of the game. Now we have max health.
A lot of health. Can
Yeah,
you believe
that's
it's
a lot
still
of
not
health.
enough for the final boss? It's still not enough for a lot of people. Final boss does a lot of damage, no matter what set of energy tanks you're going with.
Okay, so I have to say something about this area in particular. I think, is it this area? No, it's the next area. I always get these two rooms confused with each other. Oh, what the heck happened to that guy? He just
Nice
kind of like
whiplash.
it's just a giant whiplash. But yeah, this Chozo artifact we're heading towards is kind of really bad. And for a lot of things. The reason why is because they don't really give you a hint to where it's at, besides the hint itself.
Yeah, and even then the hint's a little vague, because it's trying to, like, the hint system for the artifacts you get in Impact Crater are trying to do its job just to point you in the right direction, but not overly spell it out. Nice.
No.
Hang on, catapult!
I know, I see sometimes these, like, disintegrations. I'm like, what the heck happened?
I'm over here with serious conversation, and Pirate go yeet.
Yeet! Truck tester.
Stop saying that. That's old.
I know. Gonna finally shoot the stalactite. Because I didn't have grapple beam last
Oh,
time.
I would have loved if an enemy was down there below it.
I think
Problem
you
with
can't
this
kill
one-
enemies like that.
I think, like, if you have a very specific aim, I don't think you actually need to be on that platform to reach the part of the slide tight you can shoot it, so you can get in here without gravity suit. Don't, because if you enter this water without gravity suit, it might as well be a soft lock. It's next to impossible to get out. You don't have enough height. I've done it once before and then immediately regretted it.
Immediately regretted it.
Oh no, when did I last save?
Okay, I
Incoming
know.
scan, Dana.
Analysis artifacts. We gotta go get the artifacts. That's what do you think we're doing, game?
Return the artifacts. Return what? I don't have any. Kind of working on it.
Now imagine this, guys. You know all those artifacts that we got along the ways? My first playthrough, got none of them. Had to go find all of them
Yeah.
at this point in the game.
I think I was the same when I first played. I don't think I found a single one of them because they're pretty well hidden in this game. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah. Hey, what the heck is a hitbox?
Yeah, really, you hit the thing, I swear, at least 6 different times in the right spot.
I literally was like, what the heck are you doing? Just die! Die, device on stalactite, and fall down. So I'm trying to get over there so that way we can go to the Phendrana's Edge. That's the room we need to go in, is Phendrana's Edge. And that's a save room. Hi, save room. Forgot save room exists over here. But I got a full heal out of it, I guess. It's not that bad. I mean, I wasn't really hurting or anything. I'm trying to find out where the heck, because I always get confused in this area. We gotta go over to Phendrana's Edge. And, like I said before, this artifact that's over here in Phendrana's Edge, kinda stupid. And you'll understand why when we get over there. It's got nothing that indicates that you could do something here.
Yeah, it's very well hidden.
Yeah.
Which is funny, because there's also another expansion in this area. Way more spelled out to find that. And that's not required to beat the game.
Okay, are we on Phendrana's Edge? Yes, we're on Phendrana's Edge.
Yeah, this is
alright, so we have to climb to the very top of this area. Like we normally do on most of the time we're in this area anyways. You have to climb up to the top.
Fact about this room is that if you stand in the right spots, because everything's a standable ledge in Prime, you can actually get up to the top without grapple, which there's a power bomb up here. And if you do that, this could technically be your first power bomb. So that's what speedruns do.
Mad. Every time I miss my jump, and I'm like, oh, what the heck? I gotta deal with these jet zaps.
And now I'm bitter.
Now I'm bitter. Hate that the jet zaps mess up your visor, too. Come on, open your mouth. There you go. The thing is, though, with Prime is that, like, platforming is kind of difficult in the game, so stuff like this happens all the time where you just
That's why they made everything a standable ledge.
Yep. That's
Poles?
why,
yeah. Trees? Yeah. The random little piece of wood that's going down? Yeah, you can stand on that.
Out of bounds? Yeah.
Yeah, you can stand on that. I don't know how, but you're standing in air.
Oh! You know what we call that? We call that the ghetto jump. Ah.
Yeah, this is why grapple's a little finicky. Okay, yep. Alright, everyone pack it up, go home. That's it. Play over.
Yeah. Let's Play's done. Tired. How many freaking times I freaking fall down in this area because Grapple Beam decides, oh, I'm not going to work today.
It's such like a picky range. Like, if you're not close enough, it tries to grapple and just gives up halfway. It's so bad. It's at least a lot better with Prime 2 and 3 because once you get screw attacked, then grapple's useless anyways. They just kind of ignore it.
It is kind of funny how Dude, you get Grapple Beam in Prime 2, and then not even like, maybe like a little bit later, you get the screw attack, and you're just like, what do I do with this? I'm getting so fed up at this point. I can tell how my thing is because, you know, it's already hard enough to turn in the Wii version. It's not like the GameCube. I mean, the GameCube version is more stiff than the Wii version, but
yeah,
I'm not used to this fluid movement that the Wii version has. So
yeah,
it's like
it takes time to get used to. Although for someone like myself, I got used to it pretty quick because I played a lot more Prime 3 before I really beat Prime 1 and 2. I've only played them briefly on GameCube, and then I played a lot of Prime 3 when I got Trilogy, so it's easy to adjust if you've played Prime 3 before the others, since it's the exact same control scheme.
Okay, right. Don't let go just yet.
Yeah, you want to go on the apex.
Hey, that small little piece of wood? Yeah, you can stand on it. This grapple point drives me nuts. Like, seriously. What is going on? I can't even do this.
It's probably more because you're still adjusting to the Wii controls, since it is not a thing you're still accustomed to yet.
Yeah,
It takes like a playthrough or two to get used to it.
This was literally my first playthrough of the Wii version, and I just I'm not used to the fluid movements of the game. Like, I've beaten Prime 3, so, you know, I've beaten it once at this point, and I'm like, no, I can play this, like, fine. There we go. Finally got it. Now don't screw this up, Matthew. There we go. Goodness. How long was that? Like 5 minutes of just falling? Anyways, this is the door in question. You can turn on your visors. You can see there's a door behind there.
Oh, I didn't even know you could see it with thermal. Oh, that makes sense because it's a hot door. I didn't even know that.
Yeah. You can see the door back there behind the wall, but there's no indication on the wall. Like, there's usually a scan thing saying, hey, this has been Desium. There's no scan or nothing that tells you there's a door there. You only have to go by this one little pixel on the top of the map that says, hey, there's like a pathway here. You can kind of look at it, and then that's like your only little indication that there's something there.
Yeah, that and I think maybe the ice around the wall and the floor, because no other platform is set up the same way. So it's like, it's a little different. I don't know, I'll check it out. But since you can't scan the wall, you gotta use one of your other visors to pick it up. But I did not know thermal's one of the ones of all things. That feels random.
Yeah, thermal and X-ray visor shows you there's a door there. So, just... that's the only way I could really do that. At least I taught you something, Lester.
Like, it makes sense when you think about it, because the plasma doors, you know, plasma beam, hot beam, so they might as well be hot doors by comparison. It makes sense. It just feels random. And you can see a hot door like that through the wall with thermal in the ice area. Door's just that hot, I guess.
Yeah. So, we're going to be backtracking to the pirate base. But before we do that, there's actually something in here that we can get.
Yeah, one more thing you needed plasma beam and also grapple for, which is actually where you got the gravity suit.
Yeah. I almost fell off.
Yeah, that would have been a little annoying.
Yeah, you don't want to fall off here because it's kind of a pain in the butt. We want to go back to the gravity chamber. So, we're going to go down here. Open it with wave beam. Now, Lester mentioned before you could use the wave buster on these guys and it kind of helps. And he just fell through the floor.
Yep, you know, as you do.
Alright, so in this room, use plasma beam on these icicles up here and it reveals a grapple point, which you can use to get this missile tank. There you go.
A little bit of a fine edge, though. You don't have much room to stand on, so it's very easy to overshoot.
Oh, that little piece of rock right there? Yeah, you can stand on that.
I mean, yeah, you can probably just jump your way up there in the original version. I mean, nothing stops you from anything.
But now...
Ball's optional, grapple's optional, required pathways are optional.
So what you're telling me, this whole game is optional.
Actually, yeah, in a lot of ways.
I mean, this game can be beaten in 60 minutes. In less than that.
I thought you were going to say 60 hours. I was like,
I mean, it could if you do, like, the first hour's worth, get to the ending, and then put the controller down for 59.
Yeah. This game can be beaten in less than an hour. I've seen speedruns of it.
Yeah.
And some of the crazy stuff that they do is just like, man, I never really thought of doing that, but okay, I guess you could do it. I guess it is a game from 2001.
Prime speedruns are really insane to watch back, just because of all the crazy stuff that's possible in this game.
I will say, though, that this game, even though this is an older, you know, GameCube game, it has aged really well.
Yeah.
You know, it's still pretty fun to play nowadays. It isn't like got, you know, aged controls or anything like that. It's still, I mean, the one stick thing, yeah, sure, but
Yeah,
you know,
so the controls have aged a bit only because we're so modernized now with how first-person games control, but it's not like to a point where it's unplayable or anything. Because go back to some of the early FPS games on like N64 or PlayStation 1, and by today's standard, they are pretty unplayable.
yeah, like GoldenEye.
Yeah, games like that have definitely aged. That's why it's like I've tried Perfect Dark on the original version and then the 360 port, which gives it modern shooter controls. Yeah, it's hard to go back.
Yeah. So, we're going back to the Space Pirate base because there was a Chozo artifact I could have gotten, but my early trick didn't work out as well as I thought it was going to. So I just gave up on it because I was taking a lot of time. And
Yeah,
I
you just didn't aim in the right spot at the time, which is fair.
No. By the way, I should mention, after that 5 minutes of fooling around in the Phendrana's Edge, let me remind you, this is the fastest time I've ever beaten this game.
Yes. Man, how long did it take you in the first playthrough? 30 hours?
I want to say it took me, like, my first playthrough of this game, I think it took me, like, I want to say, like, 21 hours, maybe.
Okay, you know, that's about right for a game of this scale anyways. Doubly so with the
Yeah.
artifacts being very well hidden, and the hints not being the most helpful.
Granted, you know, this is my, like, second Metroid game I ever played in my life. So, you know, it's just like, yeah, it took me a long time to do that, and especially since I'm not the greatest at 3D games in general. I'm more of a 2D gamer more than anything. So 3D games, I've always had trouble with it, with 3D games a little bit more. So, you know, I'd say I did pretty good for all things considered. 100%ing the game. Well, let me rephrase that. I said 100%ing the game was 21 hours. I'd say beating it was like maybe like 15.
Yeah, because like, there's a lot of stuff that definitely takes up more time. If you skip it, it's not nearly
Yeah.
as long.
Whereas when I beat this, I was, say, like 14 years old, 13, 14 years old. It's so dark. I can't
I mean,
see
it makes
crap.
sense. The power's supposed to be off at this point, so it's just, what do I do? Turn off the visor with the lights. Going hard mode.
Can't see crap, man.
And then X-ray visor is like medium difficulty.
Bye, Space Pirates.
At this point, they just kind of disintegrate. This beam's
Yeah,
yeah,
it's
short
just like-
of normal enemies.
You know what's annoying? These stupid machines. These stupid turrets can't see them in a thermal visor. They don't have heat signatures. Which
Yeah.
doesn't make sense because they're running on electrical power. That's an energy source. Therefore, it should give off thermal energy.
Yeah, why do we see the floor light up because of the power going through that and the monitors, but not the turrets that have power going to them is beyond me.
I don't understand. It's like, that doesn't make sense to me. Oh, I hate the frame rate. Like, it just kills the frame rate when it
I
does
mean
that
the bit rate
effect.
thing, yeah. Yeah,
Oh,
because
the bit rate,
the
yeah,
artifact
sorry.
thing, like, snow effect.
Okay. Get out of the thermal visor, because that can give you a headache after a while. Not seeing in general will give you a headache after a while. Alright, so back in here, you could knock out that tower with a nice aim missile jump, but in order to do it the right way, you have to come back here with plasma beam. Kill these dudes whenever, you know. They just die in one charge beam shot, so. What you're supposed to do is you're supposed to... Not that tower, the other one. Not that tower. Don't go to that one. Don't do what I do. I'm not smart. You're supposed to break these blocks with the plasma beam, because I think the plasma beam is the only thing that can break these blocks.
I think a missile, if not super missile, can also do it too. But yeah, you gotta
But
destroy
there's
them,
ice.
and then you gotta shoot through the wall.
Yeah, there's ice blocking that shot there, and you need plasma beam in order to do that, and then you shoot it with a missile. And that causes the tower to fall. You can go down here and get the Chozo artifact. Like I said, you could have gotten this a lot earlier in the game. I'm not good at it, so...
Yeah, I didn't have hindsight because there's a force field barrier that only goes up like an extra 3 feet. So if you jump over it, which is not hard to do in this room, yeah, you can just shoot a missile over it.
There we go. I think we're only missing one Chozo artifact at this point in the game. So, we're almost done. Yeah, missing only one.
Yeah, and you're at 93% items too, so there's only a handful of things left in general.
Yep. And
Trying to go out the way you came. I see, we made the mistake.
Yeah, I kind of forgot about that.
Yeah, I don't know. There might be enough height if you do bomb jumping, but just go the normal way. There's no reason to bomb jump.
Yeah. I kind of forgot about it.
And that's the only other thing in this area, because when you were here the first time, you cleared it out. It's the only real thing you have to backtrack for if you don't get it early.
Selecting the wrong visor. Or wrong menu option. I pushed the minus button. I hold the minus button instead of the plus button. Okay, so we're gonna go back. There's one more artifact, and it's at the beginning of Phendrana. We have to kind of take a long trip back to the beginning part of the level. Hi, Space Pirate. it just came out of nowhere.
Goomba stop him.
You just imagine Samus just jumping on a Space Pirate. I mean, she kind of does when she has screw attack, so...
Yeah, say, if you just screw attack to fall down a room, that'd be a glorified Goomba stomp at that point.
It's like a Goomba stomp with style. Samus has got the coolest Goomba stomp. It's just, you know, somersault into them and they die.
Maybe you think about it, Mario technically can do the same thing, like Mario 64 in Sunshine with triple jump, because he does the spin. Well, in 64, if you get all the stars and help Yoshi.
Just kill these dudes.
Like how they just cling to the wall like spiders. How is he doing that?
Maybe if I stay up here, Samus won't see me.
Oh no, she sees me!
When I just now noticed this, but like when you disintegrate the space pirates in thermal visor, you see bits and pieces of them just fly off in the distance.
Yeah, you're seeing their body just get chopped off from the beam.
Yeah.
What rating is this game again?
That's rated T. So
okay.
Still, because there is blood and guts in this game, so it's kind of like
yeah,
you're killing enemies,
kind of
so
deserves the rating in some regards. Although I do think the one that definitely deserves it the most is probably Other M, because I believe that's also rated T. And there is a scene where you just see one of the troopers kick someone into lava. I don't think that should be a rated E game. Let's just say Murder is probably not on the list for getting approved for rated E.
Yeah.
What are you talking about? Lion King on SNES talked about how, killing the king for succession, but that's rated E.
Oh yeah, that's fine. Also, we gave Shadow a gun. He murders police officers. Rated E10.
And he also says, "Damn."
Oh man, no, that's crossing a line. The gun though, that's fine.
Every time he falls down to his death, he says, "Damn, not here." I don't know why they made the character, Sonic characters cuss in that game.
Yeah,
Shadow
is definitely the most dark and edgy of all of the Sonic games, and for no
they made Sonic
good reason.
Say, "Damn." I'm like, Sonic. Knuckles said hell too.
Although I can kind of see him do that a little bit more. Not gonna lie.
Yeah.